We get one, we give thanks, so grateful. We get two, our eyes widen, so happy. We get three, we feel we deserve it, we want more. We get four, but four is not five, we expect more. We get five, but five is not all, we want everything. We lose all, we are regretful for being ungrateful. So sad. We find one, we give thanks, so grateful. And so continues the circle of greed. Human history teaches us that human tendency towards greed is timeless. It's a trait that cuts across most human endeavors and goes as far back as the Garden of Eden. When Adam and Eve took the forbidden fruit in order to gain something to which they believed they were entitled to know good and evil as God does. This story foreshadows the struggle of humankind and the course of man's inherent greed. Adam and Eve, who are given everything they could possibly want, still desire to have more and be like God. This greed for more has also evolved the human spirit, improved the quality and span of life, helped man explore the wonders of nature, and many a times given a purpose to live. Is that motivational line that makes many young hearts to strive and reach out for excellence. Even Charles Darwin believed that all human traits, including greed, are beneficial because they improve man's chances of survival. Had the caveman given away all the food he had stored for the extreme winter to another animal, he would have perished. It was greed for food security that led to the discovery of agriculture. It was greed for a longer and healthier life that led to the discovery of cures for so many diseases and improved the human lifespan from 30 to 70 years. It was the greed for gold that made the alchemists to experiment in secrecy and try to change lead into gold. This not only led to the discovery of other elements, but also gave the world techniques that are essential to modern day science. And speaking of gold, let's not forget that the discovery of gold in California was an epoch-making event. News of the discovery in 1848 attracted hundreds and thousands of gold seekers from across the country and around the world. The huge influx of people into California, especially the city of San Francisco, opened up many more opportunities in the economic scheme of things. Manufacturing, trade, merchant businesses, agriculture, entertainment market, and the newly formed banks and financial institutions all flourished and prospered because of the gold rush. Before the rush, San Francisco was a small, tired village, but after the gold was discovered, it was soon one of the fastest growing cities in the world. Today, it is a haven for all the IT professionals that move from Asia to America and become the young billionaires of the world.
That makes people want to do things, since they will be rewarded for their efforts. Remove the rewards, and you remove the incentive to work. I remember the discussion we had in class on the downfall of the Soviet Union.
The main cause for the collapse of the Soviet Union?
Well, there were many causes, but I think the main cause was a breakdown of their economy. And their economy broke down because the collective farms did not work.
But ma'am, why didn't they work?
Well, the main reason was that it went against human nature. The proceeds of the farms went to the state, so there was no incentive to the farmers to work.
You mean that the farmers could not make profits from their own farm?
No, they did not. As I told him, the proceeds went to the state, so there was no incentive to the farmers to work. Whereas on the other hand, in USA, the farmers were produced and sold the produce in the market and made profit. The more they produced, the more profit they made. So their agriculture prospered. And in USSR, the agriculture failed.
You mean that capitalism is better than communism?
Well, that's a highly debatable question. But as of now, I can say that capitalism refines greed. And greed works.
If greed is an invaluable trait that makes an individual work and survive, then why has the society always condemned greed?
Plato, the Greek philosopher, compared the human soul to a chariot, the intellect to the driver, and emotions to the horses that pull the chariot. Greed, as one of the horses, acts as a driving force in taking the human spirit forward. But this horse has to be reined in by the intellect. When the horse of greed gallops too fast and loses direction, the chariot topples. History is replete with examples when the intellect has let this horse run free, leading to loss of balance and destruction of the human soul. It was greed for power of land that led to the Kauravas to war with the Pandavas, who wanted just 5 villages instead of half the empire that was rightfully theirs. If we read Roman history, we find that one of the main causes for the fall of the Roman Empire was the greed for fast expansion of the empire. Greed for property and greed for power consumed the leading men of Rome, like Julius Caesar, prompting them to bring the republic into chaos so that they could achieve the objects of their desire. It seems we have learned nothing from history. In today's world, people like Rajat Gupta, who because of his greed could not draw the line for his wants, and in spite of a net worth of $130 million US, indulged in inside trading and is serving a prison sentence. It was greed for money that made A. Raja accept a bribe of over 30 billion rupees in the 2G scam and is in prison now. Governed by greed, we have even plundered our very own home, the earth, and degraded it to such an extent that it has now become detrimental to our own existence. Due to man's greed for more and even more of everything, all our natural resources are either fast depleting or are so polluted that they cannot be used by any living organism, be it the birds in the sky, the fish in the seas, or the mighty animals that roam the forests. So, is greed all-consuming? Is there no end to this black hole that gobbles up everything? Thankfully, no. If there are men who make greed their god, then there are those who control their greed with their intellect and give back to the society in as large measures as they receive. What better example can we cite than that of the Microsoft CEO, Bill Gates? Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they are working to give all the people of the world the same chance to thrive, to provide better health, sanitation, agriculture, and a better life to people in many developing countries. But had they not received, how could have they given?